We had a little delivery service for different companies, and companies would come in and say, you sell for us and we'll pay you 50-50. And we found out sometime that 50-50 didn't include a lot of things that they included in expenses, such as claims and different things they would throw in the mix. So our 50-50 came down to maybe 5%. We got that settled, and once we started making money, they'd move their own people in there. Of course, you realize back then gas was 20 cents a gallon and trucks were about 1,800, and it wasn't hard to buy 4 or 5 trucks and hire people to go in there. So they take the business away from you, and we would contact somebody else, and then we'd take our customers to them. We found out over the years, after about 3 of those things happening, back with Old Jet Air Freight and Imperial Air Freight, the customers came on with us rather than go with the other. They might have stayed there a month, but they found out they didn't get the service, and they would call us, and we'd get the business back. So we thought there must be somebody like this in every city, just like we are, wants to make an honest living and basically be able to pay our bills without it jerked out from under us. So we started contacting people, and picked a name because we wanted a group of people, and that's why we called it Team. And we started adding one here and one there, and before you know it, we had a nucleus, and guys felt just like we did, and it's worked out. It's changed up so much. A lot of people have quit using air, use ocean a lot. We've run into that, so we started the ocean department, and then lately we started doing some on rail. We have brokers that have a certain niche. They love to do this, and others love to do that, and under Team, they get to do whatever they want to. And that makes it, that's really what's made Team, I think. I think in a way, we're kind of a pioneer in this because nobody else done it. And Bobby stayed in Houston, and I moved to Dallas, and we tried it just with us too. And it worked. It didn't work the first 4 or 5 years because we didn't have enough people, enough offices. But once you had enough offices, and I think the magic thing was about 20, 25, then we started making some money. When we first started, I'm being an old Texas boy, was a little nervous about going to Chicago and going to Boston and New York. I just thought people up there shoot guns at you quite a bit. You know, it's a whole mafia deal. And it was to a degree in New York at that time. They kind of controlled JFK. But I couldn't, and I kind of enticed Leo, said, you know, you take care of the north part and I'll do the southern part. Of course, the more I visited, I found out there ain't no difference in those people and us. You know, we just live in different parts of the country. We all try to feed our families, and we try to get along and take care of our wives. And that's about the same thing everybody does, you know. But Leo and I and Ron, we traveled a lot together. One story, and you bear with me on Leo. Leo was Catholic, and I always done the driving most of the time. And we got mixed up in a lot of towns, and I would turn around. And, you know, I had a spot, I just flip and go. And he called it a Yui. I don't know, I've never heard of that term down here, but they call it a Yui. So we turned, and Leo started doing this to his chest, and I thought, are you okay? I pulled over to the side of the road, and I said, what's wrong? He said, nothing, I was doing my cross, I was praying. I was about 12 years old, and I had my paper route. I was rolling papers. She drove up on a bicycle with a friend that me and the friend had talked to in church and kind of halfway claimed one another. And her and this girl drove up and rode up, and we got to talking. Then the next Sunday in church, we met a little more, and every Sunday, and before you know it, years passed to 2, and we started meeting at Circle Theater. Holding hands up in the balcony when our folks had let us. And then it just went from there. Then I went off to school, and she couldn't do it without me, so she wanted to get married, and we did. That's lasted a long time. 56 years. It'll be 57 in November. We've had 3 good years in that too. Had some good years, 3 of them. Well, I was in college and I dropped out when she got pregnant, and we was we've been married about 1.5 years. A lot of people didn't know because my little brother ran around telling everybody Joy's getting fat, and they thought she'd get pregnant. They thought we had to get married because she got pregnant. But we had 2 real quick, and then we didn't have another one for about 8 years. So basically, we've been raising kids all of our life. I would say that the last, and I think she would agree, the last 15, 18 years, we've molded in we had to let some people go, but we've got some real good people now. Good integrity, people with integrity and so forth. Of course, that's what our Hall of Fame is. They have to have integrity and have to be honest. And we've had some super salesmen that never made the Hall of Fame because of their integrity. Should I say that or shouldn't I say that? You see that eggs? Now, that chicken made a contribution, but the sausage, that pig made a commitment. They claim I love a lawsuit, but I really don't like a lawsuit, but there's nothing to be scared of. All you're doing is going and getting the truth, you know. You ought to cut this out, probably. we had one call us and said that they had a container of prophylactics. People's always calling, you know, and saying, do you ship this? And it's usually a friend that's playing games with you. And we told them, no, we don't. And it turned out it was serious. It was shipped for the Army. About 87, 88, Wanda booked us up in Las Vegas. You know, and you walk in the deal and there's your name, and oh, that was big time. I mean, we thought we was up cotton. She rented us a room that had a round bed and a mirror on top. We had our meeting Friday, and this is Friday night. And we got to bed, and I think she might have been feeling frisky, I don't know, but we laid there and you know, I kind of put my arm around her and looked up, and she said, my Lord, look at that, they look like 2 big old buffaloes laying in bed. Needless to say, we laughed and laughed, but the passion had gone.